think we're officially in business.
Are we recording?
Yes. So we've been waiting for you this entire time. Live action.
You always say we're live. And
Because
we're
I
never
always
live.
feel like we are.
We're never live.
We're
though.
never live because this comes out, weeks later.
We should start taking
Callers. Caller number 1. Welcome to All
What?
Talk Pod. Ask your question.
Oh my god!
If we were like a radio show, we should be a radio show. We should expand our network and be on the radio.
I can't even figure out how to edit this podcast. And you want us?
I don't know if my voice is like morning voice. I don't know if you'd want to hear my voice first thing in the morning
I don't feel like we're necessarily
on your way to
peppy.
work.
Don't you have to be peppy, like to be morning
But I
show?
feel like we relate to so many people. Our 10 followers think we're very relatable.
Yes, that's true.
So, I mean, that's
Keep in mind
gotta
that 3
give.
out of those 10 are us. So, I find myself very relatable on the daily.
I get told I am woke. That's what they say.
You do get told that, yeah.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying I think we'd be good on the radio. I just don't think I have the voice for the radio. You have to have a radio voice. I don't have a radio voice.
You don't talk loud enough on the pod.
I think I do. I think I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I don't think so, but okay.
I don't think you. Yeah.
I
think you need to
I
work
feel
on
like
it. I
I'm
think you need to work
yelling
on
at this
yourself.
point. And so when you hear back, like listen to this back. Did I say that right? I feel like I'm going to be yelling in your ear.
Yeah. Speaking as someone who listens to it back every day, I can guarantee you you're not. But you do you.
I am who I am.
You are who you are.
I am
That's
who I
okay.
am.
And we accept that.
Do you? Because there's a lot of side commentary that comes every now and then. A lot of passive aggressiveness. A lot of PA. There's a lot of PA going on.
I never said that I wasn't going to be spicy about who you were.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to agree with who you are,
I just said I would
but you are
accept
who
it.
you are.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, we're here.
Snowmageddon.
We're 1/3 queer.
Oh,
Post Snowmageddon.
I'm traumatized. I just keep thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's February 21st, 2021, right? When we're recording this. That's what you just said the date was, right?
2022.
2/21/21.
Oh my God.
2021.
The world's going to end.
Okay. Anytime there's a repeating number in the date, Lauren thinks the world's going to end.
Yeah.
I mean, we were pretty close to it.
Or angels are going to come.
This
What's that
past-
one where you thought angels were going to...
They're-
Oh, 11:11.
They're angel numbers. Angel numbers. Your 1s, your 2s, your 3s, your 4s.
How do you know those are angel numbers?
Yeah.
Because the internet says so.
Okay.
Because
of
TikTok.
TikTok
said... I knew
all
it.
of,
I
all of
knew it.
manifestation
Because
TikTok,
said it,
witch talk, as they call it.
as you call it.
No, it's a hashtag. Hashtag witch talk. Go. Do it. Look it up. Anyways, angel numbers. What were we saying? February 21st, 2021.
February 21st.
Day 7
2021.
of Snowmageddon.
No, Snowmageddon's done. Thank God. Even though a lot of people still don't have clean water and power. Lindsay and I being
Yeah.
one of them, we don't
Yeah.
have clean water yet, but we have running water, so that's good.
We do. We do.
We have running water now, and so I can flush my toilets, and we have enough bottled water to. I mean, we don't. It's just it's you and Gabe in y'all's house, and me and Bianca in my house. So I mean, we have enough bottled water. But last week was insane. I just want to say, Lauren and I were talking about this morning when we were FaceTiming. We got so lucky.
Yeah.
Even though we still had a hard time collectively, all of us and our parents, it was scary. It was terrifying at times because I didn't know what was going to happen next. And if we would even there was one night, Wednesday night, Lauren and I were talking about it was the worst night. I just did not know, if I'm being honest, if we were going to be okay the next day. I didn't know if we were all going to be healthy and wake up healthy the next day. I'm just going to be honest. That was my thought process that night, and it was horrible. But so many people in the state of Texas went through so much, and actually even in Louisiana, right? And I believe,
I know this winter storm covered like half of the states.
yeah,
But it was just record breaking for Texas.
yeah.
We
so
were colder than Portland, Maine. We were colder than Alaska. It was colder in Texas last week than it was in Alaska.
we were colder
crazy.
than my heart when Trump won his first president, his only.
We're going to put that on I'm going to go to Witch Talk and we're going to manifest that is his only presidency.
Yeah, that's his only one.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep saying it to yourself.
Yeah.
But that was colder than my heart that day
Which
in
is very
2016
cold, which is very
when he won.
cold.
No, but all joking aside, I mean, you know, it was just horrible. We're okay. We're fine. It was just terrifying. And people just had it so much worse than us. Like just hearing the stories of what everyone went through. And for those of you that don't know, which our 10 followers all live in Texas. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows. But
people are waiting for this.
But Texas suffered a huge disaster, winter storm disaster last week. And we've never seen that sort of snow, or at least I haven't in my lifetime.
In my life.
Yeah.
In my
I have
life.
never seen in San Antonio, Texas, which is where we live. And it was catastrophic for Texans. I mean, we lost almost everyone experienced power outages of some sort, whether it be rolling blackouts or complete blackouts, like our parents who lost power for 4 days when it was in the teens and only got up to like in the 20s during the day, snowing for a couple of days out of the week. Thursday, it was snowing all day long from just nonstop snow. And people's houses got down to the 30s in some cases. The teens, I read one report where someone's house got down to the teens.
Scary.
It was terrifying. Bianca and I lost water for 2 days and then power for 2 days. Thankfully not at the same time. We only had lack of water and power, I think, one day. But anyway, so it was 2 and 2. That was terrifying. Mom and Dad and you, Lauren, lives with our parents, so y'all were in the same house with the no power for 4 days. Terrifying. Lindsay lost power for what, 2 days?
2 days, yeah.
2
Yeah,
days.
the whole thing. It was very, very apocalyptic because then, you know, you can't really leave your house because the roads are iced over because it's just constant snowing and freezing temperatures. It's not getting warm enough, so nothing's melting. So we can't drive anywhere. People don't know how to drive in the snow or ice, you know. So even if you do go out, you're risking, you know, getting in an accident. Everyone bombarded the grocery stores, so cleaned everything out, meat, food, produce, anything, just cleared out the grocery stores. The gas stations were running out of gas. Also because of the rolling blackouts, gas stations were losing power, so they weren't
and
able to
grocery
provide
stores.
yeah,
By
they
the
weren't
middle
able
of the
to
week.
provide gas. So you have people, it's a manhunt around the city to find gas stations. There's no cell service. So we're having to drive around. We're having to, you know, figure out how to get cell service so we can see how work's going. What are we doing with work? How's family going? If we can get any news, any updates. It was hell. It was hell. But yeah, throughout all of it, I felt bad because I know I was struggling with it. I know I was having a hard time. Wednesday was probably the worst day just altogether because that was the third day at that point we had been without power. It was the coldest day out of the week. It was raining all day that week or that day.
It was the coldest at night. It was actually the warmest day out of the week, but it dropped the coldest that night. And you're right. By that point, y'all have been without. That was the third day y'all were without power. So your house was the coldest it had ever been.
Right, because we
mean-
lost power on Monday, so we didn't have a running heater. So our house had been cold. I mean, I'm sure our house got down to the 30s. Had to. There's no way.
Yeah.
It was
house
insane.
cold.
Our house got down to the 50s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it was just mayhem. It was just panic. And then too, nobody knows what's going on. No one knows when we're going to get blackouts, or power. No one knows when we're going to get water.
Yeah.
no one knows if your water's going to shut off, if you do have power, if you're going to get cut off. Like when they finally turned our power back on Thursday, we were like, okay, like, no, keep your flashlights with you, keep the bathtubs filled up. Like, let's see, because they may cut it off again. Like, we did not know.
Yeah.
And that was insane.
Terrifying.
And then
yeah.
to hear about, but like I said, I was trying not to complain because yes, considering the circumstances, we were still in a way
Very
better,
lucky.
State than a lot of people. I felt bad for just thinking about like homeless people,
Yep.
low income families that already may not have well insulated houses like to begin with, or whatever the case is, or food,
just
running out of food.
Multi-person households in general, just
Yeah.
households with more than 2 people. I remember thinking like, oh my God, thank God it's just me and Bianca in this house. Like if we had kids, if we had,
all of my friends
I mean,
that had
yeah.
babies and toddlers were like, I don't know where to get formula. I'm running out of milk. They were having to figure out substitutes because they were running out of food. So yeah, I can, it was just, that was
Traumatizing.
it was insane. It was really crazy and scary, and I'm just very thankful. We are fine, thank God, and
Yeah.
our parents are fine, and our families are fine. We have family all over the state, so I mean they're fine. But yeah, it was terrifying. I feel like because we definitely knew that we wanted to talk about it today, right? Even though it's very I mean it was literally it's Sunday. It was Thursday that mom and dad's power came, y'all's power came back on, Lauren, you and mom and dad.
Thursday, like mid-afternoon too.
Yeah. And it was Thursday that our power came back on too, but ours came back on earlier than y'all's. That just seems like yesterday. And then typical Texas, it's sunny and I'm in a t-shirt.
It's hot outside.
It's hot. It's
It's like 72 degrees outside.
yeah.
Everything's dry.
And it's like nothing ever happened.
No
Yeah.
snow. Yeah. Blue
Yeah.
sky.
It's like nothing ever. Restaurants are
That's
open
Texas
again.
weather though. Very unpredictable.
People are out again, going back out.
Mm-hmm. It's
It's crazy.
So Monday morning. So anyway, I just feel like I definitely want to talk about it. And I told Lauren, I actually wrote it down. I wrote down all the facts of the week. Callie's over it.
Sorry.
Callie's over Snowmageddon, and I get it.
They're over it.
So I wrote it all down. I wrote down the points of what happened this week because I feel like it's easy when something, not easy, but it happens. When something like that happens, maybe years go by or time goes by, a large amount of time, and you maybe forget.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, yeah, that's right. I went through
Oh
that.
yeah, I've already blocked out like half this week because
Right.
I'm
Or
traumatized.
you are traumatized or you have, and I have anxiety, so I was anxious all week long, and Bianca too was also anxious. I mean, it was just terrifying.
Yeah.
And it was happening collectively to so many people. I mean, everyone around us. It's no one I talked to this week. Well, there was one person who did not, one of my employees, she didn't have any power or water outages at all through the whole week.
Nice.
She's one person out of everyone
Yeah.
that I know. And so that's scary. So anyway, I just felt like I had to write down the points of what happened and like, okay, these are the facts. This is what happened. And yeah, writing it down and seeing it written down. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah. It's
Well,
even more intense, right?
It was a lot. Yes. It was intense.
Thinking about this because they put this at a national disaster. So we did you see? We love her. AOC raised $2 million
Yeah, she did.
for Texas relief.
Yeah.
I love her.
She came down to Houston with some other representative. It was her and someone else. And they were doing, I think they were doing the food banks, giving out food.
Yeah.
So yeah, celebrities, are posting, Texas relief links where you can go to donate, how you can help, things like that. Like this was on a national level disaster.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been 100% fucking preventable. Like they were purposely cutting the power
Yeah.
off. They purposely, our government, ERCOT, whoever the fuck you are, purposely cut our power off and kept it off.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they kept it off because they said that they weren't prepared for all of the power that we were using.
Yeah.
and
Why?
that it
Because all the
would've-
fossil fuels that we used for electricity froze over.
and that it would have cut the grid, and we actually would have been potentially out of power for a month and not necessary. And there wouldn't have been any rolling, is what they say, is what they speculate would have happened if they would have kept the power going.
I also learned that Texas is the third largest electricity source in the states.
Yeah.
There's West Coast,
Yep.
East Coast, and Texas.
Yeah. Well, that's why, what was it, Perry? Rick Perry?
I don't fucking know.
That's why he was saying, that's why he made that comment where he had made that comment about how Texans would rather freeze than have the government in their business or something like that. Some dumbass comment like that.
Yeah.
I would not rather freeze.
Right.
Let me just go on record and fucking say,
Yeah.
Rick Perry, to you specifically, go fuck yourself. Because
Right.
I would not fucking rather freeze.
Like,
that was horrible.
It was horrible.
They've got a lot. Abbott's got
And
a lot
don't
of blood
ever
on his
speak for me
hands.
again.
Cruz got a lot of blood on his hands.
Period.
Period.
It just
Yeah, you're right.
it blows my mind after everything, like the pandemic, like we're still living in a pandemic where the states I think are hitting 500,000 deaths, 500,000 just in the US deaths. A lot of those could have been preventable had we
Prevented.
had proper lockdown protocols, if we were ran by competent fucking government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to have this happen in Texas again, something's catastrophic, something very traumatizing. People died, babies died, homeless people died, elderly people died, froze to death, literally. 100 could have been preventable. If no, and then Abbott had the audacity to go on Fox News and say that the Green New Deal is dangerous, and he blamed it on the solar panels and the windmills.
Abbott, right?
Abbott.
Yeah. I saw that.
Oh, they have like those. They have those windmills in Antarctica, and they don't have any problems with their energy sources in Antarctica, which is the coldest continent on the fucking planet. So no, Abbott, it's not our windmills and solar panels. Also, didn't Bianca say that the solar panels only contribute like a very small
15,
percentage?
I think it's like 15%. They only contribute like something around.
So they're not. So we don't even have enough solar panel
No, it wasn't
like power to generate
Look,
that
let me just say this.
to make a comment like that.
Let me just say this. Okay. First of all, for those people that are saying you can't make situations like this political because it doesn't help anything. Okay. The only thing that I'm just like, I'm still stressed out from last week, but everything is political. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Everything is political because it has to be political, because we live in a world and a society that makes everything political, because guess who controls all this shit? The politicians. The politicians control all of this shit. So whether you like it or not, everything is fucking political. And until you get out there and vote and make your voices heard and get out there and collectively come together for what we need and what we want as a society, you're never gonna fucking see a change. They warned these people years ago. Republicans have been controlling the state of Texas for decades.
Yeah.
For decades. Republicans, this is you. This is on you. The state leadership of this fucking state, this wonderful state of Texas, it is on you. It is political. This is all political. Not because I want it to be. Not because I enjoy fucking calling your ass out. Not because I thought on Wednesday about how we're alone. We are alone.
Literally.
Y'all gave my cell service came on for like 2 hours on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. And I started reading all that shit that they were saying, because keep in mind, my cell service had been out. Like I hadn't been getting any news.
Yeah.
And I had started reading all that shit about what these Texas politicians were saying. That one guy from Colorado City who said that we need to stop bitching, pretty much. Not an exact quote, but something about we had to stop bitching and stop asking for handouts and get over it and take care of ourselves and figure it out, because electricity and water isn't a fucking handout. I pay for that shit.
Yeah.
I pay for it. Are you kidding? Electricity and water is not a handout. I pay my bills just like everybody else. And honestly, don't even get me started about if I think that I should have to pay for that stuff. That's a whole different conversation. I shouldn't have to pay for it, but I do. So therefore it's not a handout. So anyway, it's 100% political. This whole thing is political. And once again, it's not because I want it to be. It's not because I think it should be. That's the reality. It is political.
Like, okay, cruise. Fucking idiot.
Oh my
Decides
God,
to
I
go to
can't.
Cancun.
I
and then
just can't.
and then blames his children. You can't even man up enough to take accountability that you're not here to watch your state fall apart. You're going to blame your 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
You're trash, dude. Straight up trash.
First you get
But-
a mullet. Then you go to Cancun.
Then
leave
you
your
cause
dog
then you
behind.
then you cause a coup
And
at the
leave your
fucking
dog.
state
Poor
capitol,
snowflake.
and then you watch your state
yeah.
freeze while you go to Mexico. Oddly enough, that you're trying to build a wall around. Yeah, that's anyways.
Makes
So
total
I saw.
sense.
So okay. So today, of course, because Facebook is
Facebook.
Facebook is Facebook. I saw Ted Cruz. His Facebook shared pictures of Cruz giving out water to people.
Oh.
Giving out groceries to people in need. And there were so many people in the comments that were just like, he's human. People make mistakes. Not everybody's perfect. He came back. He saw we were in need. La, la, la. I still support him. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like same thing with the coronavirus. Same thing with the pandemic. When people that are like, well, I had COVID and I was fine. Everyone needs to relax. It's not that serious. And it's like, you're okay living like that? You're okay freezing in your house. You're okay not having running water.
Yeah.
You're okay losing food. You're okay getting sick and almost dying. You're okay with that for the sake of fucking some stupid, like, really? You're okay living like that? That's okay. That's cool. You'll
I'm
keep
just-
you'll keep supporting them because I mean, you're fine, right? You didn't die. I'm still here. It wasn't that big of a deal.
I'm sorry that
Are you kidding
don't,
me?
I'm sorry that you don't think that you deserve better, but I definitely fucking deserve
Yes.
better. I'm not.
I've never
I'm not gonna. I deserve better.
we had no idea what was going to happen to us. We didn't know if we were going to how much, and nobody knew. We were hearing from the news. ERCOT was even saying they didn't know if we would have full functioning power by the end of the week. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like we were stuck. I was like, I'm fucking stuck here. I can't leave. Where am I going to go? I can't drive anywhere. I can't.
Yeah, you couldn't leave your house because there was too much snow and ice on the road.
Yeah.
There's no one has power. No one has heat around me. No one
Not
has
even
running
stores?
water.
Not even stores. You couldn't.
We
even
had
walk
to.
into a store.
I started getting nervous, and the reason why Wednesday was the hardest day was because that was when we started running out of stuff.
Yeah.
So luckily my dad had a propane tank, and we were grilling. So we were cooking all of our food on the grill outside. So we were lucky to have pretty warm meals throughout that time.
Yeah.
But he started running out of propane. Well, so did everybody else. So propane was sold out everywhere. So I started getting nervous because I was just like, okay, well, we have a lot of dry food, a lot of snacks, cereal, things like that. So I wasn't too worried about that stuff. And two, I wasn't really hungry. I wasn't really eating a lot anyways because I was just so nervous. I was just anxious. And
Yeah, you were stressed
but anyways,
out.
we were running out of things. And then that's when both of you guys started going down one by one. So we were like, okay, it's getting colder. It's still snowing. Are our pipes going to freeze? Are we going to eventually lose water? So now we got to start preparing for that. It was very survival mode. It was very survival mode. It sucked when it got dark at night. The nights
Oh
were
my
really
God.
hard.
Yeah.
So by 6:30, it's dark outside and there's no electricity. So you're
and the
bundled
coldest
up and it's
been.
cold. So you're bundled up
Yeah.
in blankets. You're putting more layers of clothes on. You're making sure you have your flashlights with you. We're trying to conserve our phone batteries. So, because we kept trying to dial out, it's one of those things too, where you're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, maybe cell service is randomly working or whatever. So we're starting to conserve. We're conserving water. We're conserving food. We're conserving, and then Dad was telling me too, because our dad is a MacGyver. That guy could live in the woods and be perfectly fine. So he always has like he's just survival of the fittest kind of person. So he was telling us like, you're going to have to bundle up. You have to create body heat. If you do not create body heat for yourself, you're in trouble. So to hear that, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The world is ending. It's coming to an end. Oh my God. So
Yeah.
that's the kind of shit that was, and it wasn't because he was being dramatic or no, that was literally what we had to do.
Yeah.
We had to layer clothes, and that's the thing too. And for all you asshole Northerners who are saying that, buck up, oh, deal with it, we do this shit every year, blah, blah, blah. Texas is not made for that.
Texas
We are
doesn't do
physically
that.
not made for that. Our cities are not made for that. We don't have clothes. We don't have.
I have two
We-
fucking pullovers.
Yeah, like we are not
don't-
made
we
that I
for
only
deal
wear
that.
a
with this
handful of
shit.
times.
We're
Yeah.
just not made for that. So yeah,
And also too, sorry, now that you bring that up, my friend of mine lives in northern Texas where they do get snow. They get snow. I mean, it's not anywhere near as like what the northern half of the United States gets, but they do get snow. And she had to drive down on Tuesday to San Antonio to bring food to her father-in-law who didn't have. He was one of the only places with power left, and so all of his grandkids were. All of his kids and grandkids came over to the house, and he didn't have any food, and none of the stores had food either at that point, or they were completely shut down because they also lost power. By the way, a lot of supermarkets lost a lot of food too, which is sad. But anyway, she said she entered San Antonio and she was like, oh, they gave no shits about the storm. Y'all didn't have salt on the road, sand on the road. Y'all didn't have shit. Like we were driving in the city and I felt like I was driving through snowbanks on the road. Like there was nothing. Y'all didn't clear out the road, nothing. Like and she even said, she was like, they gave zero shits about this storm. Like there was no preparation. And I'm like, yeah, there was nothing. I mean, so yeah, Northerners, and by the way, catch me when it's 110 degrees up north, because I think the same shit about y'all when it gets 110 degrees and y'all are freaking out because of the heat.
Yep.
Okay. And that's not saying nothing about y'all. Y'all aren't prepared for that. You don't have air conditioners everywhere, right? Right, Northern? I mean, there's not air conditioners. There is an air conditioner in every single household. You can go through an entire year in Texas without heat, but you can't without air conditioning, without cool air. You'll struggle, and it will be very hard, and you'll get sick. You know, you'll have heat strokes and stuff. You can't live like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's flipped down here. So just understand this is Texas. We don't get that. Yeah, I have two fucking hoodies. That's what I have in my closet.
so
And a pea coat that doesn't fit me anymore because I got it when I was in college to look cute. That's what I got. You better believe I put that bitch on underneath all my layers and I had it on.
well, and then I feel bad too because I just want to give it out to all the people that had to work during that. So
Yeah.
the grocery stores that remained open.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to HEB.
Yeah.
Love my HEB. The few restaurants that were open, the Whataburger that we went to, and we sat in line for 2 hours because
Yes.
they had, skeleton crew. They were only taking drive-through orders, Chick-fil-A, when we went to Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
God, Chick-fil-A. They're a very well-oiled machine, man. They
Yeah,
had
they
that shit
are.
running like it was a regular day for them,
Yeah.
But
And
we
they
were there
out
for about
in
an
the
hour.
parking lot in the cold.
Oh,
Yeah,
drifting
standing
traffic.
out there
Yeah.
taking your order. Oh my God. So shout out to everybody,
Jeez.
all the electricians too, because I know
Mm-hmm.
the electricians, it's not y'all, it's your bosses. You know what I mean? It's not y'all are there to do their dirty work. So shout out to all of you guys that were working just day in and day out trying to get electric back and power back and water back. Like we all went through hell.
The line workers that came from out of state to try to help us get power back on, that drove in from out of state.
Yeah.
I mean, there was just so much community.
And
going
it's sad
on.
because it didn't have to be that way. I feel like we get that sense of community when tragedy happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
'cause we band
we have to
together.
come together like that, you know?
Yeah,
And it's just,
yeah.
Well, that's how it should be. We should come together and we should help each other out. The problem is that some politicians don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't come together and they don't help
Yeah.
their community.
no, they leave you high and dry and
Yeah.
blame other people for the shit that they caused.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very stressful
Anyways.
week, and I'm very thankful that we are all okay,
Yes. And
Me
we
too.
can kind of start
and
to
that
get
we
back to
didn't,
normal.
and that we didn't get it as bad as other people, because like I said, there were some people who are struggling we're struggling and are still struggling worse than us,
yeah.
and that's I'm just forever grateful that
Yeah.
everything's okay. So I just hope everyone gets clean water soon and gets power soon if you don't have it. I think there's still like a couple hundred people who don't have power in our city or something like that.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, it's just,
yeah.
It was traumatizing.
It's crazy.
It's a lot to come back
It was
from.
a lot. It was
Yeah.
a lot of. It was a lot. of
But
stress.
to make it even creepier, it was also creepy. It was also creepy at night because it's
It was
pitch
creepy.
You
black.
heard everything at
Oh
night.
my God. Okay, so our house is haunted. My parents' house is haunted. And so
Y'all know this. Our parents' house is haunted.
So-
Halloween episode 2020, right?
yes.
This was our Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah,
special.
so our house is haunted, and and I'll talk about this in another episode, but I had just started watching The Vanishing at Cecil Hotel on Netflix.
Really good.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it's good. Creepy. So the first night we lost power, no, it was Sunday night when the rolling blackout started, because I remember I pretty much woke up every time the power kicked back on. But I just remember waking up Sunday night, noticing that my fan was off, and I was like, did I not turn my fan on before I went to bed? So I got up and the light switch was on. I was like, oh, the power's out. Okay. And I remember getting back in bed and it was just oddly quiet. It was just really quiet. And I was just like, this is really weird. This is weird. And then I started thinking about the Cecil Hotel and I creeped myself out. So Sunday night was fun. And then Monday night was when the power officially went out. And so we lost power at like 5 in the afternoon. So it was our first night without power. So we were just like, okay, it's 6:00. It's dark. Like, what are we going to do? So me and my parents, we went into their room and we started like watching the street.
People watching.
We were just people watching and just,
Rear window style.
because, our street, my parents have lived in their house for, oh my God, 15, 16, 20 years. I don't even know. They've been in that house.
38 years.
Yeah, they've been in that house forever. And there's a lot of chisme. We should do an episode just on the drama that's happened down our street with our neighbors, because it's just a very active street, I feel like. So we're sitting there and, it's like I said, it's pitch black. And we're noticing that different people just keep coming up to the houses and they're leaving. So, we're over here thinking like, oh, where are they going? They have their bags packed. Oh, she's getting picked up. Are they going somewhere? Do they have family? They probably have generators. We're all talking shit, from the window in our blankets, like freezing our asses off. They're like, oh, mom's like, Michael, they're probably getting a hotel, and dad's just like, So like we're seeing that. And then it starts getting weird. So we don't see anybody for a while. Then all of a sudden we see this person. Couldn't make them out because they were wearing a hoodie, and they had the hood up. So I didn't know if it was a man or a woman, but it was this person. They had a flashlight and they were shining the flashlight at the neighbors across the street from us. They were walking up their driveway and they were shining their flashlight in their windows. And then they turned around and started flashing their flashlight like in the street. And me and mom are like, what is going on? Like, why is this person going up to that house? Why is he flashing his light in their windows? Like, what's going on? So then he walks to the front door and then he turns off his flashlight. And we're just like, are we about to witness like a break-in? Like, what's about to happen? This is weird. Why did he turn off his flashlight? Like, because I think the neighbors were home. I think their car was parked in the driveway. So I'm like, what is this person doing? Then we see them turn their flashlight back on, and now they're walking away from the door. And they're walking back down the driveway, like they're leaving. And I was like, oh, they're leaving. And then they start walking down the middle of the street and they turn off their flashlight. And then you don't see them anymore. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. What the hell did we just witness? What was that? What was that? So then the funny thing is, to make it even creepier, the next day the neighbors left. They packed up their bags and they left.
Same neighbors that guy was at?
Yes, of that house. They left. So I'm like, dude, oh my God. So then there was that. Okay, so then that person, this all happened in one night. So then that person walks off and we're just
and
like, okay,
you can't
that was
call
weird.
911 because
There's no cell
phones.
service. Right. So we're just like, okay, well, that was weird.
Oh God.
So that person leaves. That's it. We're sitting there and we're like, man, that was a lot. What time is it? Dad's like, it's 6:15. Damn it. It's only been 15 minutes. Okay. Let's look outside. So then, we're looking again. We're observing. We're talking, whatever. And Dad goes, do you see that light off in the distance? Look up. and I'm looking, and it's pretty far out there. It's just like this little dot in the sky. It's this orange light, and it's just floating in the sky. And Dad goes, "The drones are out."
Oh God.
The drones? What do you mean the drones? What is that?
And
Like,
how does Dad know
what?
they come out?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, "How do you know this? Does this happen regularly? Like, what do you mean the drones are out? What?" And then mom, if that is it, if that's even a drone. This is
Oh
like the
my
drone.
Yeah, because it was a
Gosh.
UFO.
Your parents.
So I'm like, "Okay, Dad, what time is it?" And he's like, 6:20. Okay. All right. It's going to be a long night. The drones are out. Anyways. And then I'm just like, maybe they're like, I don't know, looking out to see how dark it is. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Outside your
Mhm.
window. Yeah.
Well, and then the light disappeared. So there's that. There's a lot of
Aliens.
disappearing. So
Ghosts.
I will say that was the most
Alien.
active night we
What if
had.
the
Alien
dude was
ghosts.
an alien. The flashlight person.
Anyways, so that was
saying.
Monday night. Then
Confirmed.
so we were like, okay, creep shit, weird shit, right? That's weird.
Mhm.
A little creepy, eerie. It was quiet again. It was dead silent. Like I said,
Ugh.
you could hear a freaking pin drop, whatever. Then the next night on Tuesday, now we're going day 2 without power. So it's a little cold. It got really cold in the house. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how cold it was, but it got really cold in the house.
This is what day?
Day 2, Tuesday night.
Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Tuesday. Day 2.
So we
No,
go
but
to
if we were
bed.
in a post-apocalyptic movie or an apocalyptic movie, that's what it would be on the screen. It would just be black and it would go boom, Tuesday, day 2. That's what it would have been.
All caps.
All caps,
All
yeah.
caps.
All caps and Arial font.
Yeah.
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 Maybe
And
maybe
it's like Tuesday is the largest, and then it's like day 2.
Yeah, day 2 and day
Under.
2 is in parentheses.
Small. Yeah.
Small. And it's a black screen with white
Text.
text.
I see it.
Okay, so day 2, Tuesday. So
Nailed it.
because we had already gone through a night without power, we were like, okay, we don't want to people sit. We literally went to bed at like 7:30. We were like, okay, we're just gonna lay down because also too, this was the first full day without heater, so the house was exceptionally colder from Monday. So we were like, okay, we're just gonna get in bed and start like warming up the beds. So we all went to sleep. I slept 13 hours that night because there was literally nothing else to do. I was like, I guess I'll just sleep because there's nothing else to do and I'm warm in this bed. Anyways, so we go to bed that night at 2:30 in the morning. All of our fire alarms went off. All of them. Every single one in the
Gives me
house.
chills.
Right at 2:30, they went off. And I'm thinking to myself, what the there's no way something's on fire right now. There's
Yeah.
no way. There it's freezing in here. What? And we all
Yeah.
get up and dad and it always makes okay. And this is the thing once again cuz dad's a MacGyver. He's like survival of the fittest. When he gets scared or when he's worried, I worry because
Yeah.
then that means shit's going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're going off. I don't know, like, and I'm thinking, and then me, I'm half asleep, and I'm like, is it carbon monoxide? Are we gonna die? We're gonna die in our sleep because it's carbon monoxide, and the fire alarm goes off with carbon monoxide. And Dad goes, we don't have gas in this house. We don't have
It's
anything.
electric.
And I was just like, okay. Well, good to know. We can rule that out. That's good.
Lauren's like,
Gotcha.
I was just
Going down the
testing
list.
it. Yeah, I was testing
Just
it.
making sure I'm not gonna die in my sleep tonight. Let me put some pants on if that happens. So yeah, so
Midsommar. Ugh, the images in my head.
You just went to Midsommar
I'm sorry.
with that? The
I'm
Midsommar.
sorry.
Trauma.
Every time I hear
Trauma.
carbon monoxide,
Oh my god.
That opening
That was a
scene
traumatic opening.
is extremely
Spoiler
traumatizing.
alert.
Sorry.
anyways, so yeah, so all the alarms went off. So Dad had to go to each room one by one and take them down and take the batteries out because you know to turn them off. And we were just like, what the hell? So we
Yeah.
think I don't know, maybe it just got too cold in the house and it set the alarm off. You know, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know, but it was weird. And then like maybe an hour later, 2 of them went off again. And Dad was like, what the hell? They're unplugged. They're off the wall. Like, well, he didn't take the batteries all the way out. He still had them
Oh.
connected. And so they still beep if they're still connected like that. But yeah, it was just weird. It was just really, really creepy. It was just really creepy that happened. And then it was Wednesday, the worst day of the week. And I was just like going
Boom.
mental.
Wednesday, day 3,
Parentheses.
white text, Arial font. Possibly Times Roman.
I think it's Arial.
I think it's going to be
I think
Arial.
it's
Yeah,
Arial.
I think it's going to be Arial. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Continue.
Day 3.
No, that's all I had to say.
Oh.
But yeah, it was, excuse me, it was something else.
It was horrible.
I hope that never happens to us again. I don't know, global warming vote.
Yeah, Monday we woke up and there was no water. So we must have lost it sometime Sunday night into Monday. So we woke up, there's no water. But it was a blanket of beautiful snow outside. So
It was pretty.
Bianca was like, "Oh my god, there's snow, yada yada." I can't appreciate it now. I can't.
Oh my God.
So,
Well, it's funny because
but there
everyone
was a
like,
lot of excitement in Bianca's voice on Monday.
Oh, a lot of people were
Aw.
excited.
That was Monday, day 1. Monday,
Day
day 1.
Day 1.
Um,
It wouldn't start Sunday since it started snowing on Sunday.
Sunday night. Yeah.
Sunday
But
night.
like
Oh, no, I
Monday,
guess Monday. Yeah,
Yeah.
would be day 1.
Monday was the
It's like
beginning.
the aftermath.
of-
right.
Right?
It's like
Okay.
the apocalypse. If you're talking about like the apocalypse
You're
period,
right.
Monday
Okay.
would be day 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because technically it was freezing, quote unquote, temperatures on Saturday night.
You're
It
right.
started, and then Sunday, but then it didn't start snowing until Monday, and then it got just terrible. Anyway, but yeah, Monday we woke up, no power, snow everywhere, and all the kids in the neighborhood were playing, and everyone was excited. I was not because I had no water, so I couldn't flush a toilet, or I could, but then you have nothing after that. So, Bianca and I immediately started gathering snow so that we could melt it and have some water. And then throughout the day, the sun was coming out and melting the snow off the roof. So we started gathering the roof melt. And we gathered a good 2 buckets, probably about 10 gallons of water. So it was a good amount.
That's good.
Fine, whatever. Tuesday morning we wake up and we were still gathering water or whatever, but we were starting to run to where we could only flush a toilet maybe twice a day. That's how much water we had.
the
So I was like,
worst.
okay, that's not gonna work. So we finally got the car out of the garage. We shoveled a bunch of snow Monday and Tuesday, got the car out of the garage, and then I told Lindsay, can we come over to your house? Because Lindsay still had power and water. Can we come over to your house and take some warm showers? And she was like, yes. So we went over there. In the middle of my shower. Actually, no, it was the end. Thank God it was the end. It was the end of my shower. The end of my shower, I'm washing the conditioner out of my hair. Power goes out.
I yelled.
No! She did. I heard her little yell.
Upset.
It was
I was so upset.
no! Yeah, because at this point, you hadn't experienced anything yet.
So upset.
Mom and Dad's
I
power
was the
had
last
gone off
one.
on Monday.
Yeah.
My water had gone off sometime Sunday night. And Lindsay hadn't experienced anything yet, thank God. So, yeah.
Oh,
So,
man.
and poor Bianca, she hadn't taken
She
a
hadn't
shower
showered
yet.
yet.
I was the first one to jump in the shower. So I was like, Bianca, jump in. Because, you could still kind of get some of the warm water from whatever's left in the water tank. And she was like, okay. So she took a quick shower. She did say it started cooling off toward the end. And she was like, oh, God. She was trying to jump out. But yeah, so we did that. And when you lost power, we lost power. So we were done with power. And then we decided to brave it to HEB because now I don't have water or power. So I need more water bottles. And then Lindsay did us a solid, Lindsay and Gabe, and they filled up a bunch of storage tubs full of water so that we can flush our toilets. So we go to HEB and it was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy at HEB. There was no social distancing at all because people were panicking. Tons of people in there. Luckily, our HEB still had water and essential items. They were almost completely out of pantry items. They were, which is what we needed because we were out of power. That's what everyone's needing is pantry items because you're out of power. So we tried to get as much as we could, and then we left. But that was terrible.
I found a loaf of bread on a random shelf. The bread aisle was wiped.
The bread aisle
Even
was
the
wiped.
buns and
There was
everything.
no cold cuts
Mm-mm.
at all. So
Which
we
I
couldn't
don't
get any cold
understand,
cuts.
because all the meat, I guess people were grilling, I don't know, but all the meat was gone,
All the
and all the
perishable stuff.
produce, and I'm just like, you
Yeah.
don't have power, you don't have a refrigerator unless you're keeping it in the snow. Like,
Yeah.
I think y'all are taking, once again, it was like the toilet paper thing with the pandemic. It's like, why are you taking all the toilet paper?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, yeah, because I agree, because we just got pantry items and like water, and that's it. Oh, and a box of eggs that I gave to mom and dad so that they could cook.
Thank you for that. I made bomb egg salad from that, by the way.
Yes, you did.
and you never saved
did.
any for me.
No,
It's okay.
I didn't make a lot.
And then we went home and we unloaded all of our groceries from the fridge, because at this point we were out of power, and we started trying to see if we could save any of it. So I think we had a pretty good system. We were able to save a lot of our food. Again, very lucky, because we were able to save a lot of our food. We put all of the dairy and the produce in the garage because it was considerably colder in the garage. And then we put all of our meat in a cooler with ice, and we kind of shoved it in the snow. So we just kind of
Oh my
packed
God.
snow around it too, just to make
So
it
we
as
did.
cold as possible. And we did. I think our bacon, I'm gonna have to check, because it kind of de-thawed. But like all of our beef and stuff, that froze. That was completely frozen, and our chicken was completely frozen.
It is
So I think we're
2021,
okay.
and look at how we're having to survive.
Yeah.
Like, we are
Yeah,
literally
seriously.
like figuring
lucky.
it. Yeah.
But
We
we're
are.
lucky
We are.
that was. We were, like I
It's
said,
just
we were just
crazy.
very lucky, and obviously we don't even know what it's like to really survive day to day like some people have to, but we're super lucky. But yeah, that was scary. And I remember you even saying, Lauren, on I think it was Wednesday, when we were sitting in mom and dad's house, and I remember telling them, like, y'all have to go somewhere else. It is painfully cold in here. Like, it's hurting me. It's so cold.
Yeah.
And anyway, when we were having that conversation, Lauren was like, yeah, y'all are pretty much telling me how to fill up a toilet bowl so that I can be able to flush. I think we need to go, like,
Yeah.
figure
Well, and
something else
then-
out.
Yeah.
Well, and then too, everything that we say about me is absolutely correct. I am a princess, and I will be the first to go. So I was dead fucking weight with mom and dad. You know, dad's like getting the grill, mom's like, you know, figuring out how to like insulate the windows and yeah, how to conserve water and groceries and ration and stuff like that. And I am just like, I had a blanket around me, and I was just a ball on the couch, and I was just telling me, just tell me when like if there's food, like just tell me when the food's ready. Like just
let me know.
just let me know. Tell me if I can go. Can I drink the water? Can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Just tell me what I can and cannot do. Like, I was not. And then too, when mom would try to ask me to like do something, like, Lauren, you need to go get the flashlights. Go. Okay, I'll go get the flashlights. Like, I am too cold. Do I have to get up? Like,
Oh,
do I have
Lord.
to get up? I am freezing. Like, I'm not. So then Wednesday comes around, right? Wednesday comes around, and that's when Ashley's telling us, like, yeah, you need to get out of here, you know. And God bless our parents, but my freaking Lord, they're stubborn.
Yeah, they're
They
really
were
stubborn.
just like, no, we're going to go down with the ship. We're going to go down. And I'm like,
They were joking when they said that, but they literally stayed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Until Thursday, when they couldn't take it anymore, and they finally
like
came over to
Thursday
my house.
afternoon, right? So finally, okay, so Wednesday night, you know, I get a text at 3 a.m. from Ashley, and I read it, and Ashley was saying, we have power. Our power came back on. We have power. Y'all come over. I'm over here thinking, because we had faulty service, that I was just now getting that text at 3 a.m. Like,
Yeah.
she sent it at like 7 o'clock the night before, and I just so happened to get it at 3 a.m. because I randomly got like a pocket of cell service. So I didn't think anything of it. I just fell back asleep. But then I think you called me the next morning at like 6 a.m, and you were like, no, we have power. We got it on at 3 a.m. last night when I texted y'all. And I was just like, oh, I'm coming over. Because you were like, we have hot water. Everything's working. We're fully functioning. We're,
At 3 o'clock in the morning, I texted y'all because my first thought was, I don't know how long this is going to last.
Yeah.
That's my first thought, was that, oh my God, everything just came back up, and I don't know how long that's going to last. So y'all come over here, take warm showers, like, because Lindsay didn't have power either at that
Yeah.
point. Anyway, we were struggling. So that was my first thought in texting you so early, just in the off chance that you were awake, you know, maybe you would want to come over. Anyway, so that's why I had texted y'all. But yeah, I was terrified. I was still walking around with my flashlight and all my layers on, and of course it takes a minute for a house to warm up, is what we found out. I mean, we know that though from air conditioning outages in the summer. It just takes a minute for everything to get back to normal. So by 6 a.m. when things were finally getting warmer in the house, and I was like, okay, this is still on. Oh my God. I called Lauren and I was like, okay, it's still on. I suggest y'all come over, because our parents were struggling.
Yeah.
Our parents
so
were
then
struggling.
she calls us. It's like 6:30 the next morning. Well, then I start to panic because, yeah, I'm thinking to myself too, yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last.
Yeah.
And if I want to go, I got to go now. But what was happening is it rained all night and it was 20-degree weather. So the roads were icy. So I had to wait a couple of hours. Yeah, because then it was going to snow all day long. So I had to wait a couple of hours just to see what the roads looked like till we got sunlight, to see if we were even capable of driving on.
Yeah.
So it's like anxiety through the roof, because I'm so anxious to get out of the fucking house to go where power finally
it's
is.
freezing.
But
in your
also
house,
it's freezing and it's snowing and it's icing and it's dangerous to drive. You don't know how long you have.
Yeah.
So I made Dad take me in the snow. It was snowing and he had to, my dad, he knows how to drive in snow and stuff like that. So, he took his time, but yeah, I made them take me. I was like, sorry, because also too, the snow was only going to get worse. Like the snow had just started for the day and it was going to be snowing for the rest of the day till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And so I was just like, no, I'm going. Well, and I also
want to say too, they didn't want to go, which blew my mind.
It was so frustrating.
They didn't want to go. So that's why Lauren was like, okay, well, can you at least take me? Because I would like to go and have a warm shower and I'm freezing.
Right.
And so I had told them like, well, I can either go pick you up or you can bring her, whatever you prefer. And that's, Dad was like, no, I'll take her. But finally, Dad got to his breaking point Thursday afternoon, because I guess he was telling Lauren like I was very cold to the point where I thought something was happening. Like I thought I was, my body was hurt. Like I thought something was happening.
And I was just really frustrated with them, because I'm just like, why wouldn't you want to come to a house that has power, that has warm water, where you can cook food? Like why wouldn't you want that?
That was a very stressful day.
But them too, they had been at their house all week long. They were seeing people leave. They were seeing, they didn't have any updates from, they were hardly getting any updates. They just didn't want to leave the house. They didn't know what was going to happen. We have 3 dogs. They didn't want to deal with the 3 dogs. It was just, I think it's just an age thing. I think it's a generational thing. I don't know.
I don't want to say they didn't want to deal with the dogs. They didn't want to move. The dogs were fine. They didn't want to leave the dogs or like have to take the dog.
It was just like a lot more.
It's just a lot, so they were just like, we're just going to stay here. And I get that. I get that stubbornness. It's a lot if you think, and it's overwhelming. And if you're already stressed out and you're already, overwhelmed with just the current situation, like I don't want to do anything. I literally just want to sit here until things get better. Like I can understand that. But, we are here to help each other out. You know what I mean? Like, we were willing to take care of the dogs. We were going to find us, because Ashley has her 2 dogs, Olive and Fig. So we were just like, we don't know if they're going to mix well together. We just don't want, it's just a lot of overwhelming things you just don't want to deal with. And I get that, but we were giving them options. And finally we were telling them like, please, I was perfectly fine with we were like begging. Over, and then right when they were getting ready to come to Ashley's house, our power kicked on at the house. So it was just, but they came over, they took showers, they were in better spirits. I think they were really happy that they came over. Me and Dad, it was kind of funny because as soon as the power kicked on, poor Ashley, Bianca, and Mom, they have to jump on work. They have to get to work because they hadn't worked all week, and they all work from home, and they work for banks and big companies, so they had to get to work. So as soon as the power kicked on, all 3 of them jumped on their computers, and me and Dad are like the 2 kids that are like, we don't have to do anything. What do y'all want us to do? So that's why we went to Whataburger, and we sat in the line for 2 hours, and we were like, it's fine. We got nothing else to do.
We were like, go get food. That'd be great.
So we went to Whataburger, and me and Dad, once again, God bless those workers, because those poor, and they were so nice. They had such positive attitudes when you were ordering and paying them, and oh my gosh, God bless them. So we had the line, man, to Whataburger. It was crazy long. So every time we got closer, me and Dad would be like, we're 1 car close, 4 more cars, 3 more cars. We're next. We're at the window. We're paying.
so cute.
We're going home.
Oh my
We're trying
god.
so hard to be positive.
Meanwhile,
And then we come home and it's like it's like an office. We're going to all the cubicles delivering their food. They're all on
Yeah.
their headsets and computers, and they're typing away, and they're checking emails, and they're talking on the phone, and they're very...
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, me and Dad are trying not to fart. You know, like we're just like, oh my god, okay, we're gonna be over here playing video games.
Oh my god.
Mom, she was so cute when she got her laptop and stuff set up at our dining room table. Her and I were like looking out our back windows, and it was beautiful. It was snowing. It was so beautiful. And I told Mama, I was like, it's beautiful. And she goes, yeah, when you're warm.
Right, when you
I was
have
like, yeah.
power and you can live a
Yeah.
normal
Yeah.
life.
Now that we were warm at that
We could
point,
kind
thank
of enjoy
God,
it.
we were looking at this just gorgeous, just blanket of snow and just snow falling. And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I don't want it ever again.
I
That
would
was
rather
it.
go visit it
Yeah.
somewhere like Colorado, but I never wanted to come to Texas again.
Yeah, exactly. Even when I
Yeah.
go to Colorado, it's usually in the summer. I don't go. I don't want to.
Oh my god.
I don't wanna do it.
Yeah, I just
So
Snowmageddon. Am I right?
Snowmageddon,
It was a
Texas
lot.
Snowmageddon 2021. 2021. What the fuck? Like what happened?
No, we're cleansing. Mother Nature. She is so tired of us. She's like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do for you people to fucking get it? She is
Good
cleansing
point.
herself and she is pissed. And I get it. I get it, Mother Nature. You do your thing. I completely
No,
understand. it.
don't do- no,
we can't
no.
be mad.
Don't
We
do your
can't-
thing.
Don't do your thing.
You know,
Yes, we can.
well,
be mad.
we're also, but this is also recovering. We're recovering from 2020. It's gonna take time.
That's not what.
it's gonna take.
None
time.
of what you're saying is making any sense.
I'm trying to be
Like
positive.
Like
I'm
none.
trying to be positive.
2021, you're coming in hot, is what I'm saying. And I just
Yeah.
need you. I just need you to take your own Snowmageddon advice and cool down. Like I just need you to cool off
Yeah.
for a minute. Because we are recovering.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk about this with my therapist. That's gonna be fun.
Wait, what?
I said I'm gonna have to talk about this with my therapist.
Oh God.
It's gonna be its own little session.
Well, that's okay. We're just recovering a little bit from some mental. Stop banging on the table.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Lauren fidgets,
It's my anxiety.
so I try to edit her banging out of the. I really don't anymore though. I just listen to it and go, that sounds great.
And
And
you
I
just put little like music snippets and
and
try to
like
break it up.
Try to break it up a little bit. And then I just put it out into the world and hope for the best. And that's it.
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
FYI, I recently uploaded all of our podcast episodes to YouTube.
So if you want to listen to us on YouTube, we're testing this vlog thing. I don't know.
Yeah, we tried to vlog today. I don't know. I don't know how it went. I don't
We'll
think
have
I
to do
know
a
how to
take
do
two,
it.
maybe.
We have to get like a GoPro or something, like
Yeah.
a little stick to hold the phone on, or like you said, like a tripod or something.
Because I definitely look like someone's grandma trying to
Okay.
figure out how a camera works. That's definitely how I look.
With your angles and your
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm
I
kind
feel
of
like
here
that
for
puts
it.
Character.
Yeah, I feel
was
like
just
it's kind of a
saying.
vibe. I don't know.
I like it.
we're not meant to be professional vloggers. Get real.
Is there such thing as a professional vlogger?
Yeah, like they have like the cameras and the.
That's not professional though. They're just doing it. They're just
I mean,
anyone can buy a camera.
influencers, whatever you want to call them. We're not meant for that yet.
How do you know? I think anyone can do it. I think you just do it and you just
Yeah.
upload it and you just see what happens.
I think you were missing my point, but it's okay.
I think you're missing my
I
point.
don't know.
is that
Probably.
You don't
We're
need
missing
to
each
Listen to
other.
us on YouTube, so we're in the algorithm.
Okay.
Period. The end.
Okay.
Lindsay, you didn't say shit this episode.
I don't
People
know
are
what
gonna
to
start
say.
hating
Y'all
us
were
again and-
covering everything. Y'all said it way better than I could have.
Your eyebrows look really good.
Thank you.
What happened is because we're vlogging today, so she like got all gussied up. Is that what you call it?
Covered my pimples and did my eyebrows.
You know the usual.
You know.
I put a little mascara on. Mascara.
I
was looking,
noticed.
your lashes
I
look
noticed.
Yeah, I put a
good.
little mascara.
I didn't do
on.
anything.
You don't have
You
to
don't-
do
yeah.
anything.
Oh, shut up.
I don't either.
None
Your
of
hair
us do.
looks so much better though, by the way.
Thank you. I
it looks
upgraded my
good.
shampoos.
It looks good.
Yeah, Lauren's
nice and
finally
soft.
doing some self-care in her routine.
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
I'm a
Lauren's
fucking
starting
mess.
a skincare routine.
I'm a mess. I'm trying to take better care of myself, and I hate that it's taken me this long to finally get it together. But
too.
we're there, sisters.
She's lived a full 75 years on this planet Earth.
and I'm
And she's never
and I'm
done,
withering away like a little
never
raisin.
done any self-care.
So I'm starting to. I think it's just because I'm cheap. That's what it is. I'm cheap, but I'm
Me
starting
too.
to invest in better quality products. So I'm trying this new shampoo for my hair because my hair was just getting really stringy and dry and just gross.
Mhm.
And so it's gonna take a couple of months because I just started using it. And then I went to Target yesterday and did some retail therapy and got some face. Sorry, I'm shedding on your floor, like
I
in front
shed
of you.
like a
Like I'm
dog.
literally
I
pulling the
shed
hair
like
out of
a
my head
dog.
and
It's
just like
fine.
dropping it on
Wow.
the floor.
Wow.
I saw this TikTok video
Obese.
because skincare. I know. Skincare is very important. I get that. But there's so much to skincare. It's kind of overwhelming. So I've always been that person where it's like, I don't really know where to start because there's serums and toners and cleansers and scrubs and follicles and things. And it's just like, what? Like, I don't know what any of that is. So I saw this TikTok that had a list of like your basic,
Can you send that to me?
yes.
Thank you.
And it was like cleanser, toner, serums,
but do
eye
some more
creams,
research.
moisturizers,
Don't just follow
SPF 30.
to
the
know
one TikTok from
what
the
type of
15-year-old
products
that
to
thinks she
buy.
knows about face products.
and
go
then I
on.
can research each one individually. Go ahead.
So I went to Target yesterday and I got this brand Thayer's THAYER''S. And they are, they're the
Okay.
organic kind, paraben free, alcohol free, all the
Sulfate
free
free.
stuff that you need. I got
Yummy.
a toner, coconut water toner, and I got a
Nice.
coconut water face mist.
Nice.
And so I have my cleanser, and then I got a big bottle of Nivea moisturizer. So this morning I washed my face, and then I put the toner in, and I did the moisturizer, and I did the mist. And I want my face to feel like this all the time. I
that's
just
what
feel like
happens.
I've been
Okay, I want to do that.
yes, yes. So, yes. Cheers to taking care of me.
Yes.
And drinking more water.
Yeah, it's very surprising that you do not have a self-care routine. That's very
Oh
surprising.
my
to
god,
me.
I'm a fraud.
As
I'm a fraud. It's
You're
like
not
who
a
could?
fraud.
What movie?
You're
It's like
not
if
a
no one could have
fraud.
this ass. What movie? I'm a fraud.
First Wives Club is always my go-to,
No.
but I know
No.
it's not that movie.
is it Miss Congeniality?
No, but similar. It's of that kind of
Miss Congeniality 2.
no.
Okay.
Legally Blonde.
Oh,
their alibi.
Legally Blonde.
got liposuction.
Oh.
I got liposuction. I'm a
Oh yeah.
I
She's like,
remember.
which is all. That's me. I'm a fraud.
You're not a fraud.
You're
Oh,
not
I
a
wanna
fraud.
watch
It's
that
just
movie.
because you love a lot of things. Like you love makeup and you love
You're a comfort person.
Yeah, there is a lot of self-care
Right.
things you love. You like clothes, you like shoes, you like makeup. But
Food.
it's just I would think you
It's
were the type of
because-
person to invest in skin and hair also, and you're
No,
just
because
not.
it's just so
You're just not.
expensive.
Me
It's
neither.
so expensive. First of
Oh,
all,
I
it's
am.
so expensive.
I need to.
Like I bought I bought 2 items yesterday, 2 face care items, and just those alone were $30. You know what I mean? Like that shit's expensive. And then for you to be doing it every day, like you're having, that's like a reoccurring. I'm telling you, I'm cheap. So, and 2, I'm lazy. It's time consuming. So I have to learn to like
just
doing
gotta do
those
a
things for
routine.
myself.
Yeah, you just gotta.
I
do
just
a
gotta
routine.
train my mind. And I did it today. I was actually really excited to do it because I've been wanting to adopt a good skincare routine because I see all of my pretty friends on Instagram and Twitter, and they have like glistening skin, and I'm just like, and then when they do their makeup, it looks flawless because they have healthy skin. Who knew? Go figure, right?
And
Um,
Facetune.
What'd you say?
And Facetune.
Oh yeah, and filters.
Yes.
We love a good filter.
Yeah.
I know I do. Anyways, so so I was excited to do it, and now I'm just like, let's try to make it happen.
I need to do that.
Well, it's just
I'm
getting to the
also
point
cheap.
where like my skin is just so dry.
There are some good drugstore products, though. You just have to research.
Yeah,
I just
guess
don't
that's
like
true.
researching.
Oh
Y'all know
my
me. I don't want to.
I know. I had to
Look anything
research your
up.
hair care products
Yeah,
for
you
you.
did.
Yeah.
She had to tell me what shampoos
I
to
want to
try
find
and
another
buy.
serum, hair serum. Because I have a Paul Mitchell one right now.
Oh,
And it's
don't
Paul
use Paul
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Don't use Paul
don't use
Mitchell.
Paul
I like it actually. It's always done good for my hair, or it always feels like it's doing good for my hair. I don't know if it actually is, but I'm running out, so I want to switch to. New
I
one.
use Maui Sands. What do we use?
Maui Moisture.
Maui Moisture.
They have serums.
No spawn. Non-spawn.
Unless you want to.
What?
Do they have serums?
I don't
I
know.
was gonna
so.
look into them because I also started using their products.
Did you?
Maui Sands?
Maui
Moisture.
Moisture.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the hair care products that I use, and I've used them for years, and they do wonders with my curls.
So the reason why it took me so long to jump on this train was because I always thought it was just for curly hair, because the only type I would find are curly hair specific. So I just assumed it was just for curly hair. And then one day we went to Target and they
Like a whole
had
plethora.
different damaged hair, blah, 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 dry, hydration. And I was like, jackpot. Here we are.
Yep.
And it
I-
smells good.
Yeah, I
does.
feel like only the scents are the same. I mean, are different. Because if you look at the ingredients, they have almost the exact same products for everyone. So
Oh, interesting.
I feel like,
That's how they get you. Capitalism.
True.
capitalism. That's why we're in the mess that we're in now. Am I right? Capitalism.
Speaking of,
Yay, capitalism. What movie is
speaking
that
of,
from?
what?
Yay, capitalism. What movie is that from? Austin Powers,
Oh.
where he wakes up
Oh.
from being frozen and he realizes he's in America and he's like, oh, America, yay, capitalism.
Oh.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't remember
God.
that.
I finished my book because my insomnia was
Wow.
so bad.
Wow, Lindsay.
I
Wow,
learned
Lindsay.
that a reading series of unfortunate events during unfortunate events doesn't make you feel any better. So
Did you do that?
I tried reading book 4 and it just made me sad because it's a sad book.
Oh my God, that's what Lindsay and I did to
Horrid.
ourselves yesterday when
Oh
we
my
watched
God.
The Platform on Netflix
such an intense movie.
the day after Snowmageddon.
and then it was the biggest metaphor to
For
society,
capitalism.
capitalism,
Yeah.
our country. Oh man,
It was ridiculous. That movie was so dark, and I was like,
It wasn't what I
why
expected,
are we
honestly.
watching that? Why aren't we watching a comedy?
Why didn't we do
A
that?
comedy that centers around strong female leads,
We should have just watched
like
Always Be
First
My
Wives
Maybe.
Club, like First Wives Club, like Bridesmaids.
Love that
Love
movie.
Bridesmaids.
Me too.
Help me, I'm poor. I am Mrs. Iglesias.
What a kind of name is Stove?
Are you an appliance?
You're a flight attendant.
Yes, that's correct. I'm a flight attendant. What is this? Civil rights? This is the 90s.
This is the 90s. Civil rights. Anyway.
Such a good movie.
Anyway, so it's over. It's over, and I really hope that we don't lose power again or water, because
Or-
I'm scared. I still have all my tubs of water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm still scared.
Everything's gonna be fine.
And didn't you
Yeah.
say that Mom didn't let you drain the tubs yet?
Yeah, she finally let me do it the other day. I was like, "Can I please?"
Like, when was the other day?
Yesterday.
It's
Saturday.
been 2 days.
Saturday,
since-
yesterday.
Okay.
I drained it Saturday. Yeah.
Lauren's
They
like,
filled
"I
it
need
on.
to
They filled it
shower."
on Thursday. Yeah, they filled it on Thursday, and I drained it.
I'm not throwing my
yesterday.
tubs away until it's 105 degrees
my
in July.
Well, I still
Then
have
I'll
the.
think about draining my tubs.